Alright, we're back from the junkyard. This is the window unit that you buy. Real easy to put in. Literally, you just stick it in there. Super easy if you put it in the right way. Flip it around. Voila. Make sure your bolt heads are out front. Then you got this little tab. Sorry about that wind. Nothing I can do. This little tab goes in that little notch. It holds it up and down. So basically, shove it in there. Stand it up. Voila. And then this is going to go behind or in front of the window. Find that little notch. Oh yeah, there. Hook down there like that. This one. Get it in front of the window. Find that little hook deal. Push this window up there. Now it's hooked on. Like so. And you just put your 6 bolts in real quick. Someone that watched my video asked what I look for, or my actual process when I actually get there and look at a vehicle. Usually when I get there, I have already made a deal with what I'm gonna pay. So I don't generally nitpick too much because I don't want to make them mad. I want them to sell it to me for the deal that we agreed on. So usually I get there, first thing I do is I look at it, look at the rust, determine, you know, if they took pictures that justify it, and if I still want to proceed. If I look at it and I don't like it, I'll literally say, all right, I'm going to pass and I'll leave. I'm not wasting their time, I'm not wasting my time. So then I, you know, obviously I start it. I like it when they're cold when I get there and I can start them. And then at least I know, you know, because that's when cars knock and tick, is when they're cold when you first start them. That's when you know if they never change their oil, all that stuff. And it's really hard to sell a car that's knocking or ticking. So, I mean, sometimes I still buy them, like Jeep Cherokees, the 4.0s, all of them knock and tick and make weird noises. Engine's got to sound good. I'll check the oil sometimes, but generally I don't want to be too picky. You got to kind of have a sense about you as to what a car is, you know. Damn it. You know, be ready. Then when you drive it, obviously, you want to, you know, you want to feel for tranny slips, stuff like that. You got to know what you're getting. Why is this? Where's that window at? You want to drive it, you want to make sure it's not slipping. Interior, you know, that can be dirty. You see that we buy dirty cars. That's how we usually get them cheap, is people let the interiors go. Like, say this window has been broken for a year. That'll make you sick of a car, man. You're going to get rid of it cheap. Me, I'm not afraid to fix this stuff. It's easy. Like I said, I've always thought this was hard, but it's not. These cables, it just literally goes in there, flips up, boom, 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 boom. You can see I'm kind of fighting this one a little bit. I think I'm hitting something inside here. I just gotta get this one up a little bit. Make sure this is loose so I can move it around. But yeah, they don't maintain their cars, and then in their head it's worthless, and it's not, you know. Like, it's not worthless at all. Because I literally went to the junkyard, I paid 25 bucks for this window regulator. It's nothing to me. It's gonna make this truck worth so much more. I couldn't have sold it for what I wanted to with a bad window regulator, I know that. Just, that turns people off, man. When you can't roll your window down, it turns people off. So yeah, I'll get there, I'll walk around it, pop the hood, look at it, maybe check the oil. I'll start it, listen to what the motor sounds like. Usually it sounds good. And I ask him, can I take it down the block? You want to feel it shift into gears. Always feel for second gear. If something's going out, especially Chevys, second gear always bangs real hard. So yeah, definitely drive it, feel it shift, be comfortable with the way it shifts. Get a feel for it. AC generally never works, so don't worry about the AC. You want the blower to work and the heat to work. Stuff like that. All right, the secret now that I've just learned is reel these things down a little bit. Oh, duh, plug the motor in, genius. Gotta plug the motor in. Good Lord. Don't listen to me, guys. All right, let's reel it down a little bit, because right now it's up tight to the bottom of the window. We don't want that. All right, now it's reeled down. I shouldn't be hitting that window so hard. Yeah, way more gooder. Holy cow. Okay, reel those down a little bit so you got room to play. Because the truck I took it out of at the junkyard, the window was all the way up. And it was an 07. I figured, shoot, if I get an 07 regulator, that's the newest I can get. That's the last year they used this style. So it's about the newest used regulator I can get. Literally took me 5 minutes to pull it, so I mean, can't complain. So boom, boom, boom. 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 It's in. Turn the key. Reel it up to the window. These are what I was talking about. These are what pinch the glass. So right now I'm going to bring these down to where I can actually see them. I'm going to see this down. Alright, we're going to put this in that gap. I think it goes that way. Maybe yeah, it's gotta. And then when the bolt goes through, it pinches this. So these actually stayed on the other truck. I probably should have grabbed them. Thank God I had them on mine. Let's see. That little tab goes in there like so. I'm gonna put, that's what these gold ones are for. You got two gold ones. I'm gonna put them through, get them started so that it doesn't fall off. This one's gonna be a little bit harder. Yeah, I get my hand in here. Like so. Yeah, can't believe it's so simple. I've been scared of these for years, honestly. Freaking years. Alright, I'm gonna guide this up over the window. Make sure that one. You don't want to have the bolt into the glass. That's for sure. I probably wouldn't torque this so much, just because alright, leave it there. Leave it there. Now I'm gonna pull my tape off my window. It left freaking crap on my window. Alright, let's check this out. Let's hope. Yeah. And I'm gonna grease up that track. See how slow it's going? Oh, which leads me to this. Check out what I found at the junkyard. Check this out. Full tube of grease in a car at the junkyard. Like, what? Yes. Then I found this. A full can of frickin' lightweight body filler. I looked for the hardener, couldn't find it, but I can go to the auto parts store and buy that. Full can. I found these. These are Harbor Freight pliers. They were on the floor of a car. These were with the body filler. And then I found these too. There was a whole kit. I just took the paint. It's freaking brake caliper paint, red. It's like the real deal stuff. Put it in a sprayer. Yeah, so I got all that for free from the junkyard today. So, yeah, get there, look at it, look it over, any damage, any rust, look at the inside, pop the hood, check the oil. If it's, oh, take the oil cap off. If there's white foam or white crud underneath there, put it back on, say you'll pass. That's always a head gasket. Oil turns white when water or antifreeze mixes with it. Do not buy a car. If you take the oil cap off, flip it over, and it's white. It'll be like a white, milky, nasty looking thing. I almost bought a car a week ago. It was a Trailblazer. It was freaking sweet. Clean as heck. I had the guy talk down. I went there, started it up. It sounded good. I freaking drove it. I popped the hood when I got back. I liked it. It needed a ball joint up front. That was it. Popped the hood, took off the oil cap, looked at it, and it was just completely milky. Even though it ran great, the intake or the head gasket's leaking into the oil. And it may not be an issue now, but it's a ticking time bomb. Don't buy it. Put the cap on, tell them never mind, thank you, and walk away. Because if you get stuck with that grenade and it goes off while you have it, you're losing money. I don't care. You can't sell that. It needs a motor at that point or a head, and it's not a cheap fix. So you don't want to deal with that, I promise. So remember that white milk on the cap. Don't buy it. Check your oil. The oil will actually look brown and golden. It's when you take the cap off, because the moisture froths up to the top of the oil, because water and oil don't mix, and then it always builds up on that cap. So that's the one way to check it, test it. I instantly put the cap on, said, all right, man, thanks for your time. I got to pass. He said, why? I said, there's water or coolant mixing with the oil, and you know, that's not good. It's leaking from somewhere, and them gaskets are not easy and cheap to fix. He said, all right, thank you. And I went about my way. Went and bought that Accord right afterwards. Yep, that's a sign you want to look for. Let the car, once you start it, drive it, get back, leave it running while you're talking to the person. Check the temp gauge, see if it's overheating. Always check and see if a car's overheating. They'll usually stop at 200, 210. Chevys run at their own temperature. Jeeps run at 210. Every set of cars runs at the same temperature every time. Once you get to know cars, once you get to know them brands, you will, you know, it'll be easier for you. Like me, I stick to these trucks, I stick to Jeeps. I generally stick to cars that I know, because the same things break on these. You know, if I go buying a Jaguar and something's wrong with it, I've never dealt with it, so I don't freaking know. You know, this, I know the certain noises it's making. All these trucks do it. This window, all these trucks are the same. Anything that goes wrong, I know what it is, because I've already dealt with it and I'm familiar with it, and I know what it costs to fix it and what it takes. So then I can decide. Generally, you should have already been, hey, would you take this? I can come right now with cash. When you get there, you don't want to piss the guy off, especially if you're getting a deal, because I guarantee you he's got 20 other people that are wanting to buy it. He knows, you know, and if you're getting a sweet enough deal, don't try to talk him down too much. Bring him down 300. If he says no and you're already getting a deal, just say, all right, had to try. You know, you might save 300 bucks. That's worked for me, and there have been times when the guy's like, no, I got 30 people wanting to come, you know, and he's firm. I can tell he's firm in his voice. I'll say, all right, and I'll give it to him, you know. Say, yeah, I had to try, you know, and he'll laugh, and it's all good. But don't be one of them tire kicker people that just stands there and talks and wants to. That annoys me, you know, where the whole time you don't know if they're buying it, you don't know if they're just there to talk, and then, you know, just be there with a purpose. You're looking at this, you're looking at that, you're asking the questions that need to be asked. You're driving it, you're back, and you should know by then if you want it or not, if it seems like a decent car. Generally, if you're driving a car, you take your hands off the wheel and you hit the brakes, it should stay straight. If it pulls to the right or left, you got something loose out front, you got a sticky caliper, You got something going on. If it pulls to the right, something wrong with the right wheel. Pulls to the left, something wrong with the left wheel. You should be able to take your hands off the wheel and give it gas, and it should pull straight. If something's loose and you give it gas, that wheel's gonna go back and it's gonna cause it to, so ball joints, you know, tie rod ends will make it pull. If you got, say, loose tie rod end or bad tires, you'll get a shake. When you're driving it down the road at say 45 to 50, it'll start shaking. That's a loose front end component. That could be a tire, that could be anything. You know, usually, generally, a shake isn't bad. You can fix that pretty easily. But it should go smooth. It should shift smooth. After you do it for a while, you deal with so many cars, you can tell when a motor sounds good. You can tell. These came inside the door too, which is sweet. A little mini pair. That was holding the window up because theirs was broken. Bonus. You can tell when a car's a good car. I mean, it's not hard. And you can tell when it's a piece of crap. You know, the steering wheel will be completely loose and it'll be all over the road and it'll be wobbling and it'll be, I hope that wind's not killing us, but it'll be knocking, it'll be shifting hard, it'll be making noises, it'll, you know, like me, I like doing exhausts, so I'll buy a car with a bad exhaust. Cut the pipe off and weld on a muffler, you know, simple. But if you don't know or aren't familiar with that, you know, and then these door panels, they just got hooks. They go in these holes. You just stick it in and it goes down. You gotta kind of line them up though. Yeah, I should probably pop that up. Well, it'll line up. Yeah, this ain't really meant to be. I'm just showing you guys how easy this is. It's not really meant to be a how to fix your window video. Basically, someone asked the question, what's my process when I go to look at a car? Basically, that's my process. You get the hang of it as I go in the front of the back, and then you just line that up, push it on, there's your door lock. This goes on here. It goes in like so. Front first. How easy is it, really? You know, window works now. I couldn't believe it. How I've been so scared of that for so long. Like, why? I should have probably tried it. Or at least I should have watched it on YouTube. Like, I always watch things on YouTube first before I do them. And that's why I make these videos. Shoot, I go to YouTube, I might as well help YouTube out too, because there's a million people dealing with this same problem that need help. I use it for help, so might as well help others. That's as simple as it is. Put your screws back in. You got one here, one here. You got one on the bottom that holds this tray in. Plug your switch back in. That slides in just like that. Back first, slides down. You know, look at that. Working window. Voila. That's what I look for. That's how I do it. I try not to buy junk, but I like to buy junk in an essence where it's a bunch of easy stuff. Camera died, sorry. But yeah, that's how you fix the window right there. Jeez, this thing zooms right in. I'm on my iPhone. After you get the panel on, you put this up here, snaps right in, boom, boom. I gotta put the screws in it yet. Look at this interior. Brett did an amazing job. Look at that. It's gonna sell, guys. We washed it yesterday. I took them strips off the side. Here, check this out. Let me make sure my door's unlocked. Look at that. It's a different truck. Some weird trim pieces. I don't know what this wind's gonna do, but some weird trim pieces were making it look stupid. Now that they're gone, it looks great. I might paint these rims black. I don't know. I wanted to get an HD hood for it. I didn't. It's kind of got a ding in it, but it's still worth money. I mean, it's a clean truck for the most part. I got to do the windshield. I'll get it posted. I just wanted to get that window fixed first. I hope this video was helpful. Remember to look for those key things when you're going to buy a car. Start it, drive it, feel it. Take your hands off the wheel, brake, take your hands off the wheel, take off, accelerate, bring it back, pop the hood, check the oil, look under the oil cap. By then you will know what the outside looks like. You'll have your overall feeling about the car with what it looks like on the outside and the inside. You'll know if it runs good, shifts good, stops good. You'll have an idea on what it needs. You'll be able to base the money you need to put into it by what you're buying it for. You should already know what it's worth to resell. And you can't fail. It'll work out for you. This is kind of just a little in-between video, answer a question, and show you guys how easy an actual window is in a Chevy Silverado. They're not hard. The cables break. You just take that whole thing out, put a new one in. I appreciate you watching. Thank you. Please remember to like the video, subscribe to my channel. Part 4 is coming out soon. I'm in the middle of making the video. Again, thank you guys so much for watching my videos. Have a really nice day.